Hello, my name is Mary Castro. I'm First Lady of Fresno State and a Commissioner for the Fresno County Housing Authority. I received a request from Sunset Elementary in Coalinga to read a book and maybe share a story about an experience that I've had that some of you might be feeling right now. I know we're having a lot of different things that we're having to do and missing our friends. And I thought that it would be fun to know that you're not in it alone, that there are adults who do know what it feels like to be a kid and not get to do the things you're used to doing, and ways that we cope with it that might help you get through this challenging time. I'm coming to you today from the beautiful Arnie Nixon Center at the Henry Madden Library on the Fresno State campus. Many of you have come to Fresno State to tour at different times during the year, and I sure miss seeing you when you come here. I look forward to seeing you the next time that you get to be on our campus, and so does President Castro. While you're learning to do a lot of different things that you've never done before, like wearing masks when you go out in public, or washing your hands while you sing happy birthday, or maybe staying away from some of the people that you're used to seeing and hugging and loving a lot, it's important to remember that this isn't going to last forever, and there will be a time when we're going to be able to do those things again. And so sometimes it's hard to get adults to understand what it feels like to be a kid that has those feelings. When I was 7 years old, I used to live in Layton, California. I grew up on a dairy, and when I was 7, I had what's called Guillain-Barré syndrome, and it's a type of polio, which meant that I had to go and live in a hospital in San Francisco for 6 months. I missed almost my whole year of first grade, and I sure did miss my teachers and my friends and my family, just like many of you are feeling right now. The things that helped me to get through those difficult times were the wonderful nurses who would come in and help take care of me and tell me stories, the doctors who would tell jokes, and we had volunteers that would come to the Children's Hospital and read stories. I always loved reading. I loved going to the library in Layton and at Layton Elementary School, and I was fortunate to have great teachers who shared that with me, along with my parents. The story I'm going to share with you today is called The Good Egg. The authors are Jory John and Pete Oswald. Oh, hello! I was just rescuing this cat. Know why? Because I'm a good egg. A very good egg. It's true. I do all kinds of good things, like I'll carry your groceries, I'll water your plants, I'll change your tires, I'll paint your house. If you need any help whatsoever, I'm your egg. I've always been a good egg. It's been this way from the start, even in my earliest days. Back at the store, there were a dozen of us living together under one recycled roof. Look at all the funny faces on these other eggs. There was Meg and Peg and Greg and Clegg and Shell and Shelly and Sheldon and Shelby and Egbert and Frank and other Frank. The other 11 eggs weren't on their best behavior. They weren't exactly good. They ignored their bedtime. They only ate sugary cereal. They threw tantrums. They cried for no reason. They broke their stuff on purpose. Uh-oh, have you ever met an egg that did something like that? Meanwhile, I tried to take charge. I tried to fix their bad behavior. I tried to keep the peace because I was a good egg, a very good egg. Nobody seemed to care, though. Every night I was exhausted. My head felt scrambled. Then, one fateful morning, I noticed some cracks in my shell. Uh-oh, one of those other eggs kicked me on his booty. They were everywhere. My doctor said it was from all the pressure I was putting on myself, the pressure of making sure everybody was as good as me. I was cracking up, literally. Something had to change. I'd had enough. That might be how some of you are feeling right now with being at home and having to do different things like do school over the computer or not get to go outside. Maybe you're feeling like you're getting some cracks. Let's see what he did to make himself better. I told Meg and Peg and Greg and Clegg and Shell and Shelly and Sheldon and Shelby and Egbert and Frank and other Frank that I was leaving. I can't be the only good egg in a bad carton, I said. Blah, 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 they replied. I left that night. I wandered from town to town. The hours became days. The days became weeks. I lost track of time. Look at how hairy he's getting. I know I had to give my son a haircut because he was getting pretty hairy too. Maybe some of you are missing getting a haircut. I was alone. Out there on the road, under the stars, I really tried to focus on myself and what I needed. I took walks, I read books, I floated in the river, I wrote in my journal, I found simple moments to be quiet. I breathed in, I breathed out. I even started painting. Taking a bubble bath is one of my favorite things for stress. And starting to paint, many of you are probably doing new hobbies that you never did before. For once, I found time for me. And guess what? Little by little, the cracks in my shell started to heal. My head no longer felt scrambled. He's getting better. I started to feel like myself again. Oh, he's even doing egg yoga. Have any of you tried that? So I've made a big decision. I'm returning to my old carton and my friends. Besides, I'm kind of lonely out here. This time I know what I need to do. I'll try not to worry so much. I'll be good to my fellow eggs while also being good to myself. Here we go. Everybody missed me. I missed them too. Hello, Meg. Howdy, Peg. Hey, Greg. Greetings, Clegg. What's up, Shell? Aloha. Shelby? Hey-o, Sheldon. Hey, Shelby. Good day, Egbert. What's happening, Frank? Howdy do, other Frank. Sure, every once in a while, somebody's still a little bit bad, but it's not like before. Here's what I realized. The other eggs aren't perfect, and I don't have to be either. I'm okay with that. Yep, the old carton is back together. We're a solid dozen again. It's good to be home. The end. So I would love to hear what some of you are doing during this time when you're at home. Some things that you're doing to help you relax, maybe a new hobby that you're learning, or writing to a new friend. There are a lot of great ways that you can stay connected. Stay connected to your teachers, stay connected to your friends. And there'll be a time when you get all together again, just like in our story with the good egg. And think of how much fun you'll have when you get to see all your friends again. We're so happy that you allowed us to come and tell you this story today. And I hope that we'll get to see you on our Fresno State campus again. Make sure you stop by the Arnie Nixon Center and check out all the fantastic children's books that we have here available for you. And one day, maybe you'll get to be a Fresno State Bulldog. Thank you.